Hello Hunt and welcome to Big Dig with John. Today I'm going to be teaching you about MineChem. MineChem is a mod on Big Dig that allows you to break items and blocks from mainly the vanilla Minecraft into its chemical components. Wow, this is lagging a lot. I know I hadn't uploaded in ages, so I am extremely sorry. But I'm going to get straight onto it before our computer actually crashes. So first you're going to have to make the microscope. The microscope requires a special lens that allows you to obviously craft the microscope. So first get some glass. So first I'm going to show you how to get it. Wow, this lag is really bad. Then put the glass into a cross. Now, when you place a glass into a cross, it makes a convex lens. You need two convex lenses for this part of the machine that I'm going to show you. Now, you're also going to need another part of the lens, which you create by crafting a H out of glass, which is the Concave Lens. Now, with the two convex lens and the concave lens, you can craft a part of a microscope. So I'll show you how to do it. Oh my god, this is stupid. I'll be right back because for some strange reason it's lagging extremely bad. So I'll be right back. Hello Hod, I'm back. Sorry about that. It appears that I actually wasn't lagging. My game was just about to crash. That's why it was going really slow. But where were we? Okay. So today, like I said, I'm going to be showing you about MineChem. MineChem is a really cool mod on Big Dig that allows you to turn base Minecraft stuff, so you know, like dirt and stone, into its chemical elements, and then you can craft these elements in special machines to create different blocks, such as you can for example, you might find bits of stone in dirt, so you can turn that stone into bits of stone into actually a block of stone. It's like that. Although it would be some sort of chemical, like some sort of carbon or something. Like you could break a diamond into carbon and make coal out of it. You could make about 4 stacks of coal actually. So yeah, where was I? I was making the microscope lens because I'm showing you how to make the microscope. So once you've got them, so to make the microscope lens, just in case you forgot, it's 2 X's, so a cross of glass twice, and then a H of shaped glass to make the microscope lens. Now you're gonna have to make the actual microscope. So to make the microscope, you need iron down the right hand column and then iron ingots at the bottom. Then right in the center put a glass pane, and then the microscope lens that you just made out of the 2 X's and the H of glass. Okay, so that is your microscope. Now I'm just going to place the microscope over here. I'm going to be showing you how to use it later on. But now we're going to be on to the book. Now this is like the chemistry book, which basically holds all your recipes. So first you're going to need to make some test tubes. Empty vials. Empty vials you're going to also need to hold the chemicals in. But for now, just make some. Then you're going to need 1 empty vial and a book to make a chemist journal. This is basically just how this is basically like a saved data book. Let's say you put sand under your microscope. The book will remember what elements are in sand. Okay, so now it's onto the machines. First, you're going to need to make an atomic manipulator. To make an atomic manipulator, you need a block of iron and 8 pistons. So this is how you make an atomic manipulator. Put a block of iron, surround it by pistons, makes your atomic manipulator. Okay, now once you got your atomic manipulator, you're gonna turn it into one of the main machines on MineChem. So place your atomic manipulator in the middle, then at the bottom place redstone, and then basically in like iron pants. So to the left and right, in the left and right columns put iron, and in the top center put iron. Make your chemical decomposer. Now the chemical decomposer needs some sort of power. I've hooked it up to my mains so that it actually works. But it needs some sort of power. What you do is basically you would research the item. So let's use sand as an example again. So you put sand in there. Sand would have some sort of polyester, some crap in it. And then that will tell you what it decomposes into and what the actual recipe for it is. And then you would put the sand in here to break it down into its chemicals. Then you would make the synthesizer, which I'm going to show you how to make now, to turn those chemicals into an item. I'll explain it one more time before I show you how to use it. But yeah, basically iron to the left, and in the left and right hand column, the atomic manipulator in the center. At the bottom put a diamond, and in the top put a piece of redstone. Makes your chemical synthesizer machine. Now, so finally I'll explain it again because I just like explaining it. You'd put an item in here. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You put an item in here, so I'm going to use glowstone. Glowstone. So block of glowstone. Now that tells you what how to make the glowstone. So to make the glowstone, you need to put it in this recipe. You need 4 phosphorus altogether, and you need to put it in basically the shape of shoes. Now, so this microscope explains how to make the glowstone. It also, if you click this button here, it will tell you what the glowstone will decompose into. So I can put it in that machine and it will break it down into 4 phosphorus. It doesn't even have a chance, it will always break it down into 4 phosphorus. So I'll show you what I mean. Chemical decomposer, if you put the vial, you need to make sure you stick vials in both of these machines. Obviously one is to, oh wait, no, that's where the vials go. You need to put vials in the decomposer, not the synthesizer. And basically you stick your item in there and it will break it down. Let's show different items such as stone. So what you do is you will stick the stone in here. Make sure you put your chemist journal there in this slot, because then all these recipes will be saved, so you don't have to keep analysing different blocks. So this is smooth stone. If I put smooth stone into the decomposer, it will break it down into silicone and 2 oxygen. To make smooth stone, oh wait, no, sorry, it will break it down into, it has a 20% chance of breaking it into iron and oxygen, magnesium and oxygen, tin and oxygen, and it'll have a few others. So basically it's trying to say that if you break it down, you have a 20% chance of getting oxygen as well as 1 of 5 different chemicals if you break it down. But to actually make the stone, you need to place silicone in at the top, and then underneath it you need oxygen. I don't know if it has to be in the corner, because this might actually be a grid recipe, but at the same time I aren't 100% sure. It actually needs 2 oxygen, sorry, not just an oxygen. But yeah, I'm going to decompose this and see actually what I get. So you're going to find that sometimes when you decompose stuff like that, it had a 20% chance to get in that, but because it didn't actually get anything, it's gone. That's what actually I was hoping would happen. So now that you've got that, I'm going to show you actually what this book's been doing. So this book has been in that section. If I right click now, it's actually saved these recipes. This means that you don't need to keep sticking glowstone and the same items into the microscope. So what you do is you look at microscope, find out what each item can decompose into, or if you wanted to like craft diamonds or craft something, you would find out how to make the item. So Decomposer is breaking the item down into its different elements, whereas synthesizing is actually creating that item. So let's say, like again, if I had silicone and 2 oxygen, I actually could craft a piece of stone. So this has actually been holding the recipes. So now I actually know what glowstone decomposes into. That's why I actually got 4 phosphorus, because glowstone actually has a 100% chance of decomposing into phosphorus, whereas stone only has a 20% chance of several different recipes. So one of the things you need to remember is not to click this button here. It works on some machines such as this, so if I press that it would actually tell me help on actually what the machine does, but in this book it actually does that, missing texture. So if you are like me and you're like, oh, wondering what table of elements is going to pop up and you click it, this occurs. All you have to do is just press escape. Hopefully that isn't too much hassle. So now that we've explained how to decompose, I'm going to show you how to synthesize stuff. So what synthesizing is basically putting elements and crafting them into an item. How it works is, first you have to open your book. So how to open your book is you just right click. Now then select something in your book that you've already researched. So I'm going to select stone. Now hopefully in one of these I have silicone. No, I don't. I should have. I swear I put silicone in one of these chests. Nope, never mind. So I actually can't actually show you how to make something, but how it works is you would stick that in. So make sure first that you have, oops, sorry about that. So make sure first that you have the item you want to craft selected. So let's say I want to make string, make sure to left click string. How you know that that item is actually selected is that the book will all of a sudden say what it's selected. So for example, if I press diamond, the word under chemist, will say diamond. If I had I don't know, soul sand, the word under chemist would say soul sand. That's a simple way of saying what it's going to craft. So once you've actually selected your item, you place it in. You place the book with the item selected. So this book has soul sand selected into this slot here. Then it will tell you what items you need. So I need 3 lead, 1 beryllium, 2 silicone, and an oxygen. And basically, I would place the recipes there, and it would craft me soul sand. In here would be the empty tubes. So the oxygen, lead, beryllium, and silicone would all get used up, and you would actually get the test tubes back, which is pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you actually some cool stuff that you can craft with this. So the first thing you're going to notice is this chest here. As you notice, this mod, sorry about these are ones that I tested earlier. This is actually how I worked out how to test a mod. This mod comes with elements that are actually radioactive. This means that if they are not in this chemical storage, they will damage you. I think I got that from breaking down. It was either ender pearls or something like that. I brought down something like something mobbish. So basically, like spider eyes, bones, bone meal, stuff like that will sometimes give you radioactive material. Chemical storage chests prevent the radioactive material from harming you, as well as stop it from decaying. Because if you haven't noticed, look at the yellow section there. It says 9 minutes. That means that in 9 minutes, if this was out in a normal chest, it would decay and it would destroy itself, which is bad because sometimes you actually want to craft stuff. Now I'm going to show you how to make the chemical storage, as well as a few other things in this mod. So next thing I'm going to show you is the blueprinter. The blueprinter allows you to make some structures. This mod comes with 2 structures. One actually has a purpose, the other doesn't. But the structures are very complex. They have a few hundred different. sorry about that. They have a few. They require a few hundred blocks to make, but they only actually need 2 blocks to craft them. And the 2 blocks are in a massive configuration, which are how you make your fusion reactor. I'm going to show you how to make that another day because it is actually a quite complex process. But I'm going to show you how to make this machine before I actually ramble on too much because I'm actually getting confused myself. So first thing you need to make is the projector lens. Sorry. So to make the projector lens, you need the convex lens that you made earlier and 2 concave lens either side of the convex lens. Makes your projector lens. Now you need iron at the top, iron at the bottom center. So iron in the top center, iron in the bottom center. A redstone lamp in the I think it's redstone lamp in the center and glass pane in the center. Sorry, a redstone lamp in the right, in the middle, like left, and to the middle right, put the projector lens. Make sure blueprint projector. Now, what this does is it will project a blueprint. Basically, that's the easy way of saying it. What a blueprint is this mod comes with 2 blueprints. I think one's Direwolf, which has no purpose. It actually basically is a concrete block, and the other is the fusion reactor. The fusion reactor actually does have a major purpose, and it is very complex to make. It's more complex to make on Big Dig simply because the textures for it on here don't work. So you're basically placing blocks in an invisible pattern that you can't see, which is very difficult. So that is the reason why in the next episode I'm going to show you how to make the fusion reactor, because normally this mod, in the later version of this mod, it actually is a bug that's been fixed. But because Big Dig is the most glitchiest mod pack I think I've ever used, it uses a really old version that basically doesn't show you the template. So this blueprinter would, you'd stick a blueprint in. You get the blueprints from villagers or in dungeon chests, which I found one in dungeon chest. So you can get the fusion reactor template from villagers, and I found the Direwolf one in the dungeon chest. Direwolf one's pretty crap actually, it has no purpose and no actual use. And basically you'd place it down, and then inside you'd put the blueprint, and it'd tell you that you'd need 200 and so titanium blocks and so many other blocks. I'm not going to go to these blocks too much today because, like I said, I'm going to show you in the next episode. Basically, you'd put this in and it would project some sort of image. This image, you basically right-click in your... So if you had the block in your hand, so let's say you need a stone, it will show you an image as a faint symbol of a stone, and you'd right-click and it would place the block. Well, that's what's supposed to happen, but on this, like a lot of the textures don't work, so you don't actually know the outline. The only thing that it shows you is... as you can see, if you know when you hover over a block, you get this black, like faint line around blocks. Well, all you know is that there is an invisible block, so you have to basically guess which goes where. Luckily, I'm going to show you how to do that next episode, so you don't actually have to guess. But for now, we're going to forget about this machine and carry on before I ramble on for another like 10 minutes. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is the chemical storage, which I actually previously just talked about. Basically, the chemical storage is the safe way of handling radioactive material. You'd basically stick anything radioactive in there so that first it doesn't harm you, and second so that it doesn't decompose, and so that you don't lose material. How you make it is that you get it from lead. The best way to get lead is soul sand. Soul sand has the highest chance of getting lead. Stone also has like a 20% chance of getting lead, but because you can get quite a lot of soul sand from the nether quite quickly and quite easily, I would suggest using soul sand. So basically, to get lead, obviously you'd stick soul sand in there, decompose it. It took me a few stacks to actually get so much lead. It took me actually like 2-3 stacks, so it isn't too easy to get, but it's not too difficult. Put a chest in the middle, surround it by lead, and you get your chemical storage chest. Chemical storage. I'm going to stick it in there because I don't actually need it. Now finally, I'm going to show you this hammer, which I don't actually know what it does. I think it's just basic to pick up the machines. So basically, iron, stick, then iron in the helmet shape. Make sure, what the hell, PhotonicInduction hammer. Maybe it breaks blocks cooler. Oh, it actually mined that quick. That actually really fast. I don't know if it actually does break stuff quicker. It doesn't seem to. Maybe it does. Maybe it's just a cool just hammer, like a pickaxe for this mod. It's pretty cool. I ain't got anything against it. I can't see any real purpose for it yet. If I find one, I'll explain it in the next episode. Finally, I'm going to cover the radioactive suit. Hazmat suit, sorry. What you need is polyvinyl chloride. Now, to get polyvinyl chloride, you have to stick records in the Decomposer. Now, polyvinyl chloride, as you can see in here, I'm going to show you this in a very exciting video here. So, polyvinyl chloride comes from music discs, but to make polyvinyl chloride, you can actually use 64 vinyl chloride monomer. God knows what. And to make that, you can to make polyvinyl monomer. I can't even say that. You need carbon. You need 3 carbon. Actually, I think it's 2 carbon. 2 carbon, 3 hydrogen, and a chlorine. Now, the best way to get carbon, because you need carbon, 2 carbon, 3 hydrogen, and 1 chlorine to actually make 1 vinyl chloride monomer. You can create carbon. Best way to create carbon is using coal. Best way to get hydrogen is breaking down H2O, which you get from water. But the only problem I'm finding is I can't find a recipe for chlorine. I'd have thought that chlorine would have actually been in the water bucket. Just thinking logically. There isn't actually a salt, so I can't think of another way of getting it. Because I thought maybe sodium chloride, you could maybe break it down into chlorine. But there isn't actually a way I can think of getting chlorine. So the only way I think you can actually make a hazmat suit is by finding music discs in dungeons and then decomposing the music disc into polyvinyl chloride. So I'm going to show you how to make the hazmat suit. First, to make the hazmat suit part D. So the hazmat suit part D, basically make the helmet shape out of polyvinyl chloride. To make the chest piece, it's really weird. It's like basically 3 by 3, and then at the top, so you put 1 instead of 2. It's really strange because usually every like armor or clothes has the top being left and right and no center, whereas this has a center and not left and right. So it's really strange. But yeah, that's the other hazmat suit. Then legs, like always, like an upside down V, U, sorry, an upside down U. So left column, right column, and then 1 at the top. Make sure hazmat suit D again. Basically, just leggings, and then finally shoes. The shoes I think have to be crafted at the bottom section of the So the shoe actually have to be crafted at the bottom section of the crafting table. So remember that. So that is how you make your boots. Now I'm going to put this on because I haven't actually tried it on. See if it looks any cool. Oh wow, these outfits in these mod packs are literally amazing. Wow, I look like I've got some sort of strange beard now. And I'm drooling through my suit. Oh my god, that's amazing. Wow. So that's pretty cool. That's it for this mod pack, I think. That's it for this mod pack. That's it for this episode, sorry. This mod has another thing I'm going to show you in the next episode, which is going to be the fusion reactor. the fusion reactor is how you make compounds. So for those of you maybe a bit younger who are watching this video, basically items and everything is made out of elements. Now, two elements together is a compound. Basically, that's the easiest way I can explain it to someone who doesn't know anything about basic chemistry. So that machine, I actually don't have it. The fusion reactor is how you make compounds. So you basically how you make two hydrogen and an oxygen into water. Technically, you'd actually make it into H2O in the machine, not actually water, and then you'd make it. So let's start again with that. So the fusion reactor, which is a massive multi-block structure, about 400 blocks. Basically, it's how you make compounds. So you basically stick two elements in. So if I had two hydrogen and an oxygen, it would make H2O. Then you'd put the H2O into the chemical synthesizer machine, and it would make water. Simple as. Because compounds, as you can see, don't actually have the letter. They have this strange like pattern, meaning that they're a compound. So yeah, next episode I'm going to show you how to do that. As I touched about it earlier, it basically would have been really easy for you to make if it hadn't glitched on this mod pack, because the template, like, it shows you a template and you have to build, like, for example, it will show you a template and you have to build like the outer wall before it shows you the inner wall, and it basically keeps showing you like a ghost image of what blocks you need. But because it doesn't work, all it shows you is a ghost image of an invisible wall. Luckily, I have actually gone through it and right-clicked and tried different blocks, and I've actually found the right combination. So I actually can show you. I'll actually do like a let's build type thing on how to make it. So that's it for this episode. Next episode I'm going to show you how to do a fusion reactor or fusion chamber. I think it's actually fusion. Is it fusion? I'm looking for the blueprint. Fusion. There it is. Fusion chamber. Fission. Is it? Yeah. Is it fission? Yeah, fission chamber, not fusion chamber. Sorry. So I'm going to show you how to make that next episode. It's going to be quite a complex one. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything in a while. Basically because this mod pack is actually glitching so bad. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Like I said, sorry I haven't put anything up. This mod pack isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Lots of things glitch. Basically, it's simply because this mod pack's made out of all the old versions of mods, which usually have all the bad glitches, such as stuff disappearing. I think forestry, the main multi-farm, doesn't even work. I tried using magic crops with what is it called? Mine Factory. It just didn't work as well. So I thought, oh wow, that's another video down drain. So I'm going to be touching that. I'm going to be touching on that later on in a separate video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit like and favourite if you enjoyed this, and hopefully it's actually helped. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I don't always do boring videos, but this is actually quite a cool equivalent exchange type thing. Basically, you have it's not as like OP like Oppa's equivalent exchange, equivalent exchange, because you have a rare chance of getting the items, not 100% chance sometimes. So it is quite a fun way of getting items, as well as it can teach you basic chemistry if you're really young. So it can actually teach you a bit. Obviously, it is a game, so don't take everything to like heart, because some of it will be fake, obviously, just to ruin your fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit like and favourite if you enjoyed this. Subscribe to see more content from me. But yeah, bye.